If you're looking for a classic full-face helmet that looks like the Bell Bullet but isn't priced like one, then this might be the one for you. The Gille Atavistic has the same wide field of vision full-face helmets that the ID Rocket and Rook helmets have, while looking more retro than them, bearing similarities to the Bell Bullet and Origine Vega without breaking your bank.
So what was that helmet? It looks good. How is it? Are there any color variants? What is the pricing? But before we go into a deep dive with the helmet and give you all of its details, my name is Fitz. I also make gaming content aside from the motorcycle content that we're putting out. Like, share, and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy. Let's get to it.
So here it is, guys. This is the Gille Atavistic, and like I said, it looks really like a Bell Bullet helmet, doesn't it? I mean, the Rook and the ID Rocket helmets are pretty much the same with the wide field of vision, but they look more modern than they are retro para sa akin. So for me, they're kind of meh, you know, when it comes to looks. But of course, they could be higher quality, both in shell and interior. But I digress, because this is really nice as well. You'll see. Coming into the front, you have your wide chin vent, which is really good, and as you can see as well, it has a really nice visor, and wala din siyang gradings. Minsan kasi yung mga cheaper helmets, nawiwindang ako dahil they have this weird grading effect on them. Putik parang lens talaga sa salamin, while this, no grading whatsoever. Very nice. Hindi ako parang nasa-zoom in or nasa-zoom out. Very clear as well. And you can see the indents. You have a rested pull. So kapag nagmamaneho ka, gusto mo lang pasingaw onte ng hangin if it's kind of traffic. This is perfect for you, and this is even okay at speeds anyways. Not so much as highway speed, but of course it's really nice to bring in a lot of extra air. Then you have a mid setting, which I think will be good kapag halimbawa na ulan, just to keep it off the helmet, kasi you usually wear it like this anyways, so it's almost like a pretty good visor for your helmet. And then the fully pulled up position, which is nice. Then this is actually what I typically go for. I go for full up or just seated, and then if we go on highway speeds, that is what I'm gonna go for. I brought it up to highway speed. It's really nice, really good soundproofing sa loob. I mean, pretty good, like legit. I was bringing it up to, you know, overtaking speeds, naka 90, 100 kilometers per hour ako, which is still in the speed limit, by the way. So it was pretty good, very nice. Onting whistling lang maririnig mo, pero it isn't anything na could cause significant damage. But of course, if you have earplugs, please use them. It's very good to have for your safety. And then moving upward, you have your upper vents for your head as well, which is centered, or which is beside rather, the retro or vintage looking Gille logo, which is very nice. I actually like this logo better than their modern one. And then you turn around, you can see the very nice and very big visor screws, which can be used with maybe your thumbnail, but would be better if you have a coin with. Although some manufacturers already have the thumb handles where you can pull up with your thumb and then just unscrew it manually, so that could be something to consider in the future. Could be convenient for others. And then as you go towards the back, there's a bit of a spoiler here, which is supposedly going to be good for aerodynamics. But with a helmet like this, and typically when you're riding, you know, retro motorcycles, classic motorcycles, vintage motorcycles, you don't need to go that fast anyways. So it's a nice touch, but wouldn't be necessary for me, in my opinion. And then at the back, you have the Gille Atavistic logo with your rear vents here to fully provide a nice flow once you are at speed. And then you have your DOT certification and your product certification, along with the specs of the helmet itself. Mine is XL with a weight of 1,450 and give or take 50 grams, so that is kind of okay actually. Pretty good on the medium side of helmet weight. With that done, let's go inside. Alright, so for the inside, you can see the shape is for an intermediate oval head. It's pretty easy to wear and take off actually. I had to break in a little bit with this, but it didn't take me too long to break in. I would typically wear the helmet maybe, you know, 20-30 minutes during my travel to and from work when I used to commute. And syempre pag gumagala, you know, it takes a little longer than that, maybe an hour or so, but still feels very nice. The material itself, I'm not sure if you can see, is a nice brown velvet, which is very quick wicking, and it takes your moisture from your skin very, very quickly. Very nice. And the outer neck lining here does not have an emergency pull tab, but it is thin enough anyways for your cheek pads to go through, so you can take this off here from the side first. Just tuck it in nicely until you can pull this out, and then just bring the rest. Para mabilis lang. As you can see here, very nice and firm slots. Damn, ayoko na nga masira. Feel ko baka masisira ako. Mahirap pag nag-aalaga ng helmet. So there you go. Very nice brown leather and brown velvet. And then as you can see here, you have a nice rubber area for protection for the helmet as well, so it doesn't scratch the interior as much, or will keep the most of the interior safe. And here are your cheek pads, which are also pretty easy to remove. Just 3 contacts either side. So they're very nice to get, very convenient if you're gonna wash them. I haven't washed mine recently kasi it's still a month into use, and yeah, amoy factory pa nga siya eh. Putik, amoy plastic pa ng onti. I typically only use alcohol and water because I don't like the scented helmet deodorizers. I just like to go for the simple stuff. And as you can see here, the cheek pads both have these speaker hole cutouts, because inside, as you can see, they are intercom ready. Kung titignan mo yung gilid dito, both sides have grooves for your wires, so pwede mo siya idaan sa loob. You can pull your top lining out and just get that done kaagad. Again, also pretty easy to take off. So pag tinanggal mo na yan, this has enough space to bring in any wires, to tuck them in, and then iikot mo lang siya dyan to put it into your speakers here, either side, and that's gonna be very nice, very convenient. So you won't have to think about trying to have any extra ear pressure dahil syempre, it's indented. Nope, it is just where it is, perfectly positioned. And here is the strap. It is a normal locking buckle though, with a D-ring here, putting on your motorcycle locks. Some motorcycles have helmet locks, or that may be a con for you because some people like to use the D-lock now. But for me, it's okay. Pretty nice and firm. I typically actually hang this as well from the strap, so sumisingaw siya para hindi siya nakukuluban. It's really nice, really firm as well. But maybe a con to you. And as you can see, the inside has its full ventilation channels here, so you can see where all of your, basically all of the airflow is coming from. Once you go into the top head area, dito sila sisingaw papasok, and then they're going to continue all across the crown. And then of course your top lining, here it is. It's a mixture of mesh and some foam, and still has that velvet texture, which is very nice talaga. Like if you have silk balaclavas tapos yung sinusuot nyo and you wear this, oh my god, ang dali lang suotin, ang dali lang din tanggalin, ang convenient pa. It is just, I don't know, I am trying to be as unbiased as possible, but this helmet is really, really nice, like, let me tell you. Okay, so that is the helmet. And what are the overall pros and cons? Well, the pros, I mean, it is absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at that, diba? It is just a really, really good, like, totoo lang, if I actually had more money, I would start collecting the variants. The variants all look good. Like, you can collect, like, what, 3 of these variants dito, kasi you would have the cream rear, you could also have a matte black rear, or there's also this ceramic blue rear. They are all so good din tignan. I just decided to go for this because, I mean, it reminds you of the 60s where, people would like to go fast and look fast as well, and they would really like to put the checkered pattern as well. So for me, this was the helmet that I wanted to go for in terms of looks. The overall design, you can put your glasses here, dyan mo na lang ilulusot. It wouldn't hurt your temples. You can put your sunglasses on, so wala problema dyan. The pricing as well, like I said, this starts at 3,500 to 4,000 pesos. Usually, I would see physical stores have that pricing for these. But when you go online, and especially during payday sales or those special Shopee sales or Lazada sales, I have seen these variants go as far as 2,200 for the plain ones and up to 2,500 or 2,700 for the multicolored variants. Ang sulit, like legit, ang sulit. Tapos like the weight of it, you know it's made of quality stuff. It has a good hefty weight, pero it doesn't feel like it is like a neck breaker or anything like that. And even the front, noona I was kind of hesitant because the front has a pretty small chin guard, but now that I hold it, it's actually pretty firm. To be honest, it's actually a little bit more firm than the Shoei Glamster, kasi I managed to see a Shoei Glamster in person at a motorcycle shop as well in Makati, and I was surprised that it had full chin protection. Yeah, pero ang nipis ng plastic niya, it felt pretty flimsy. Not to say anything wrong about it, but this actually feels pretty solid. And of course, the next part is the soundproofing as well, with the nice rubber edge here. Medyo sharp siya, so once you actually fully seal it, it actually becomes almost like airtight. So you really don't get any extra wind coming in, not unless you open up these pinlock vision strap holes for your guides, but they're still pretty okay anyways. I haven't even used them. Maybe I will try and remove them at some point. But the soundproofing is really great. I can hear myself properly when I'm speaking inside, cause nakakausap ko minsan si Mrs. habang angkas ko siya, no? So when I would fully enclose this, I could hear myself clearly inside the helmet, which is really nice. So that means there really is no sound coming out of it. Pretty silent, that yung ringing, yung ubong na maririnig mo kapag tahimik, rinig mo actually pag suot mo yung helmet. It is that good. It is actually pretty underrated, this soundproofing that this helmet has. So that also means that your intercoms are also going to be functioning very well. And Gille, by the way, has their own intercoms which you can use if you want. You can look them up, they're pretty cheap. And yeah, but if you have any other ones that you're gonna have to stick to the side, they're already intercom. This helmet is intercom ready, so you can just put in your wires on them, or if they're wireless, then even better. And then of course, lastly, the helmet lining. It is just so nice. The velvet is really good. Like, I've worn this with a full balaclava, and I've also worn it with just the Rock Bros silk cap, which goes up to the ears. Ang dali lang isuot, ang dali lang tanggalin. It's so nice. Hindi ko lang ma-demonstrate ngayon because I'm using my wireless earphones to speak to you guys, or my AirPods. Kasi I actually tried recording with this earlier. This is bullshit. Not working. Not worth it. Don't buy it. The main cons that I would see, or at least I see, is the chin protection could be questionable for some. Like if, for example, you know, feeling mo, kasi your face is, you know, mostly exposed here while you're riding on it. So you may feel unsafe if the chin guard is actually pretty low like this. You may want a helmet with a thicker chin guard area, but for me this is fine because, like I said, I barely even run on highway speeds anyways, and if I do, they are usually on a very slow and chilled, and basically I'm a defensive driver anyways. I don't drive that aggressively because the Cafe 400 that we have is very nice. So to those who are afraid of those high impact crashes that may affect your chin, that could be something. And of course that goes without saying that since the chin guard is actually pretty small, chin guard mounts for any action cameras like this, mas malapad na nga to sa mga iba. Actually, this is one from Wolf, and as you can see, natatakpan niya yung chin ventilation, plus there's a little bit of it extra dangling out. So if you want, you can go for the chin mount that is using an adhesive, but for me, to be honest, ayoko masira yung itsura ng helmet using it. So be my guest if you guys want to put a adhesive chin mount for your action cams, but I will still just be perfectly content with putting a chin strap detachable mount for the helmet itself. So the main question, which is going to be pretty obvious at this point, is it worth the money? Yes. I mean, it really is just one of the, if not the best, retro helmets out there. And I am actually going to be surprised if the foreigners that have come to watch this helmet review have a look at the Gille and will be saying that, that's actually pretty interesting. I hope they can sell this internationally, because if I'm not mistaken, this is a Filipino helmet, but they're taking heavy inspiration from Italian designs, because I mean, even the brand name itself is named Gille, which is basically like their way of making an Italian brand. But I mean, it does look good. The quality is very, very surprising for what you get. It is very nice, and like I said, it looks like a Bell Bullet, or it looks like your ID Rocket, but it doesn't break the bank as much and is really, really good. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Like, share, subscribe if that was very interesting to you, and let Gille know that we have made a review like this, because who knows, maybe in the future they will send us different helmets that we can review for them as well, which will be fitting for the retro market. I've seen one that they call the Veneri, which is like an open face and has a chin guard that is detachable. So hey, maybe they'll bring us a sample so that we can review it for them, huh? So yeah, right, boss, enjoy the Holy Week holidays.